I'm excited about the way we played at Syracuse. Seems like a long time ago, but it was just Friday night. But, I thought we guys came out and executed very well early. I liked what our coaches had as far as the game plan went. It was a tough game as far as how many plays their offense was able to run. The heat and the humidity inside there. So that made it, a very challenging game. I did like the way our defense played. We did give up some plays and gave up some points, but we made a lot of plays that helped us win the game. Basically shut their run down. We did let the quarterback get out and scramble a couple times where they came up with a couple big plays. But really, I thought did a great job in the second half of handling the front and tackling and making plays. And offensively, we were very explosive. We do have to limit our turnovers. We got to take care of the football. And we got to not hurt ourselves. I think that's the biggest thing, is to not hurt ourselves. But overall, it was a good game. We really did a great job in our kickoff coverage. We've got to work and get better on our coverage game. I thought their kickoff guy did a really nice job where he put the ball. It was hard to get some yardage on kickoff return. But we do need to do a better job on hold-up on punt return, because Jair can really return punts. So it's up to us to do a better job of getting him 5-10 yards so he can get going. And we weren't able to do that but one time. And looked like there were some other yards there, but one guy here, one guy there missing a block. Look forward to the game Saturday. It's exciting. They're a very good football team. They've got great players. They're very, very well coached. It's a great challenge for us. I know our players are excited about it and really looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the week of preparation. And obviously with game day here, it's a great thing for the city and for the University of Louisville. But for our players, it's really just about focusing and practicing and going about their business exactly the same way we have been. And that way it doesn't become a distraction or anything like that. But, it's a great matchup. Certainly something we've looked forward to. We've worked hard to try to get to this point. So now we've got to put everything we can into preparing like we always do. One of the things that I believe is we don't have to do something extraordinary to win the game. We just got to play good, solid Louisville Cardinal football. Questions?
Does this week almost have a feel of a bowl game type atmosphere with game day, the top 10 opponent, and the buzz that's around this game?
I mean, it's a big game. I wouldn't say like bowl game, but it's a big game. Bowl game's kind of a trip, and you travel and do all that. Certainly, something we're trying to get to a place where this game meant a lot. So Florida State's great program. They've been to the championship game. They've got a ring on their finger. We knew that if we're going to make a run in this conference or run to get to the goal that we want, that we had to find a way to beat them. So we're looking forward to the matchup.
Bobby, this will be 3 straight games against them with 3 different quarterbacks each year. How are they able to just install and plug a new guy in that offense every year?
I mean, they have a very good system. They do a good job with running the ball, which always makes a quarterback's job easier. This young guy they're playing now is very talented. He's got a quick release and strong arm. So we've got to stop the run. I think that's huge for us, is to find a way to stop the run. And Cook's a great running back, as good as there is, that we'll face all year long. So we've got to do a good job of setting the point and tackling. I think he's been a guy that's hurt us by breaking tackles, and then his speed, it's hard to catch him.
Florida State's known for speed. Where is their speed most effective at challenging their opponents?
I mean, they got it at all positions. They got receivers that can really run, a tremendous running back. Their defensive front has athletic guys that are fast, and their linebacker spot, they always play with little smaller guys that can really run. I mean, they're a fast football team.
You've been saying that you want to be on that level of speed. Do you think you guys are there yet?
Yeah, we're getting closer, and speed's not just your 40 time. Speed's how you play the game and how much you understand about the game of football and how confident you are. You play faster when you know what you're doing and you're confident. So I think we're playing a lot faster than we were a year ago at this time.
How much of a test will this be for Lamar? This will be the best defense he's seen. Obviously, he's improved quite a bit. The numbers are pretty stagnant.
Yeah, I mean, they're very sound, you know, they make you earn everything. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and they don't give you anything, they make you earn it. So we're going to have to do a good job in our pass protection, we're going to have to do a good job being exactly where we're supposed to be on our routes, and then we're going to have to be accurate throwing the ball, because they're going to be tight, close coverage, and, you know, and we've got to be able to do both run and pass.
That said, what's about his performance the first couple of weeks? Numbers are.
You know, he's doing a great job. I'm excited about, you know, how well he's thrown the football, and we've been able to get the deep ball back in our offense, which has really helped us. I think our receivers have done a great job of getting open and going up and catching balls that are contested. So, you know, we're working hard at it. We know we're not going to be as open as we were the last couple of weeks, but I still believe we'll be able to get some matchups and find a way to get open.
The last two times you played, you've been in great shape. First half and the second half, they pretty much controlled the game. Is that a matter of depth or their experience, or how do you?
Yeah, I think, you know, they're a very good football team, and we need to learn how to finish those games. You know, I think defensively we need to learn how to stop the run in the second half and tackle better and not give them big plays. You know, offensively we need to be more consistent, so we continue to move the ball, not just rely on the big play, but drive the ball, get third downs, you know, and be in it the whole game.
Bobby, when you first got Lamar, when you started to see all of his skills and everything, what was you thinking about how good he could be and what needed work?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that jumped out to me was it was the first or second practice I can remember back on what we call field number 3, the one furthest away from here, and just the way he could snap his wrist and the ball come flying out of his hand. But he just needed to work on footwork. You know, a lot of times it's the ability to get the timing right for what depths our receivers are going to be and where my footwork is, and so I can be accurate in throwing the football. And you know, I'm very proud of how hard he's worked on that and how important it is to him. He's very driven. He's a very committed young man that, you know, he's fun to coach because he's really coachable, and he likes getting better, and he is a great competitor.
What do you like about his decision making that he's just passed the games?
Yeah, I think that's the thing it's impressive to me is when you look at how many receivers we've been able to get involved, and tight ends, running backs. We've got everybody involved catching the ball in the offense, and that shows that I'm reading coverage and distributing the ball according to what the route is and what the coverages are. I'm not forcing any one-on-one issues, and you know that's really what you want to be able to do is take what the defense gives you and find, you know, the weaknesses and the matchups.
Bobby, what's the difference in, like, now that you've been able to open the playbook as the play caller, the guy who's able to change the game in so many different ways?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun. It's fun to go out there and our guys take the field and expect to score, you know, and we do know this is going to be a much better defense. They're very strong in the front. They're very good in the secondary. So, you know, I think it's exciting for us to step up to this challenge and go out there and maintain our expectations.
How do you simulate that in practice to step up and athletic ability?
I mean, we just practice the way we always practice. We go goods on goods, some of it, and some of it we scout it up and work hard at it.
You said you don't want the game day thing to become a distraction, but what can it mean for the program for, you know, 3-hour commercials on ESPN after campus?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great for the University of Louisville, for our football program, should help us in recruiting, certainly for the conference, you know, it's just great publicity for all of that, and, you know, now we need to go out and play well. I think that's the biggest thing.
With your kids, though, to keep things focused because the task at hand is.
Already done.
How are you using it? Have you already been in contact with kids saying, tune in Saturday?
Yeah, I think they already know. They always know stuff before I do. That's for darn sure. So, you know, they all know, and it's exciting. And, you know, what I told the players was they earned it. They're the ones that brought game day here because of the way they played and the fact where we're at. And, you know, we need to have fun with it, but also understand this is a normal week for our players. But it is great for the city and the university and, you know, everything else.
See this validation program?
Yeah, we need to go out and play well. We need to go out and win games and find a way to win a championship. Yeah, our guys understand what when we played last year and we played that second half, that's not Louisville Cardinal football. That's not how we play. They take a lot of pride. That's why I think we finished so strong last year defensively, is that hurt their pride. They had to watch the video and see where they're not performing and playing the way they're used to playing and performing. We got a group of guys that came back together, and they mean a lot to each other. So I expect us to go out and play, with a lot of hustle, a lot of fire, and fly around, play fast.
Lamar said after the Syracuse game that if he had to grade the offense, it would have been a C, not even a C plus. What is an A at? What's an A plus at?
Yeah, you have to ask Lamar. I don't know. We grade every play. That's how we go through the grading as far as coaches go. But I think offensively, we feel like we dropped some passes, we fumbled the ball, we made some mistakes. We certainly can watch the video and see where we can get a lot better and play a lot better.
Are some of those drop passes a result of the velocity he puts on the ball, or is that just?
No, I don't think so. I think that, a few of them were hard as far as not seeing the ball leave his hand. As receivers come out of their breaks and the ball's already in the air, that's a skill that takes a little bit to develop and get used to. We dropped a couple because of lack of concentration. I don't think we'll see Cole drop any more like that, but he was wanting to run before he looked the ball to the tuck, and we have to just continue to drill that and work hard at it in practice.
Coach, all the numbers, you talk about Brandon's 13.5 yards. Is that obviously a lot of him, but how much of that is the offensive line?
Yeah, we've improved on our run blocking and opened up some holes, and I think working the package together. Some of it is the offensive line. Brandon seeing things and hitting things fast, finding the holes, hugging the walls. The way we work on in practice, you can really see improvement on that. We're carrying out fakes, and guys are going with our quarterback at times, and that opens up some run lanes for some big plays. And I think it's just the team effort, the working together, and everything getting a little bit better.
It's hard for some of the young guys to maybe understand or comprehend the mistakes they made because they won by 34 points and scored 60. Does that get difficult for you at all, or not?
Yeah, you might be in the meeting and not know we won.
Coach, you mentioned grading out, and I just wonder, the offensive line sure looks improved all along. Is there a statistical way that you see that coming along? You know what they're doing and how they're performing?
We're grading out much better on our assignments and our responsibilities. Our technique is better, and our effort. So those are the three things that we really grade: is our assignment, our technique, and then our effort. And certainly our grades are a lot better than they were a year ago, and they should be. These guys have experience. They understand the offense. They're all working harder on their technique. They know more about the game, and they're playing hard. And that always helps, is when you're playing with great effort.
Bobby, you said before that nothing is as good or as bad as it seems, but after 2 weeks, compared to what you expected before the season, what you're seeing now, how much different is it, your outlook?
Yeah, I think you're right. Nothing's ever as good as it seems, and nothing's ever as bad, except for last year. The start of the year was that bad. Maybe worse. But
What do you like about it?
I like the way our guys are preparing for the game. I think that is a lot different as far as their ability to concentrate and focus. We travel the way you're supposed to travel. They did a great job in the meetings. Our walkthroughs are very focused. We've got good leadership on the team. I always talk to our team about, before you can be a champion, you got to act like a champion. We're starting to act more that way, and we're preparing that way and practicing that way, and hopefully it continues to show up on the field.
The challenges that Dalvin Cook presents, he can break one at any time.
Yeah, and he's a great receiver. He's as good a receiver as we'll face out of the backfield. He's got great hands, runs his routes really well, can catch the ball away from his body, but he's got very good vision. He makes quick decisions, and he's extremely fast. You know, he'll be the fastest back that we play this year. So we've got to do a good job being disciplined in our gap controls and setting edges and, you know, trying to make sure we get a lot of guys to the football.
Talk about their defense and the speed on their defense. Where
Yeah, they start up front. You know, they're very physical. They got two guys inside that do a great job using their hands, and they hold the point, keep linebackers free. Obviously, they got a great pass rusher who we've played now for a couple years. We're very familiar with him. He's a very skilled guy, but he's a guy that plays with great effort. You know, when you put the video on and watch him, he's going to go hard every single play. So he gets, you know, some extra effort sacks besides just his skill and his ability to, you know, work the either tackles or guards, because he lines up just about everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, and then their, you know, their corners are good, tall, long, and their safeties do a good job of tackling. So it's a good challenge.
Jimbo Fisher just said that Derwin James, one of the safeties, is out. Does that affect the way you attack them at all?
Yeah, it'd be if he's out, it'd be a little different. He's as good a player as there is in the country, so that would be, you know, unfortunate thing for him. And you know, you always want to play against their best, but he's a really good player. We played against him last year, and he got better as the year went on. He played a lot of different positions for him. You know, he lined up just about everywhere and was a big part of their dime and nickel packages. So, you know, it'll be a little bit different for him.
what's the key? Did you make a target call and piece of it? How does that change your planning or what you can do that nickel? Or
Yeah, I think it was a targeting call. How you describe targeting, that is it. You know, it's always the hardest one because there was no intent, and anytime the receiver goes up in the air to catch the ball and is on his way down, you know, that's the hardest one that there is. But certainly, you know, it was the right call. We're trying to keep guys safe and healthy, and so he'll miss the first half, and we'll you know, have to adjust our depth and what we do accordingly. Dee's been doing a good job for us. He's a good tackler, and he runs full speed to the ball. He's a great special teams player, so we'll certainly miss him in the first half.
You mentioned you wanted to see better one-on-one performance from your defensive backs. What's the key there? What do you want to see from them?
I mentioned what?
Did you want better one-on-one performance from your defensive backs?
When did I say that?
Your halftime interview.
At the game?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the matchups, you know, we got some where the quarterback scrambled and did a good job of moving, and our DBs needed to keep their focus on the guys they had. And that's hard, you know, that's hard on them when the quarterback moves and adjusts, you know, so they just got to be disciplined and stay with their guy.
I mean, for so many big games you've been through here in the stadium, as a coach, what do you expect from the crowd? I mean, you can't control it, but when you come on the field, what do you expect?
Oh, I think it'll be great. You know, our crowd will be awesome. They'll be fired up, and you know, I think it's a hard place to play. Certainly gives us an advantage defensively, particularly on third down. And you know, it'll be fun. This is what we want. This is, you know, this is the games we want to play in. This is what the city and the Louisville fans want to come to. You know, it's really a credit to Tom Jurich and our administration that we've got all this, you know, here in the city.
You started the car march from here the first time. When the players come through that twitch for a game like this, from a players and coaches perspective, what's it like coming through that crowd?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It gives you butterflies, and you know, it's really a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I think it's great for our fans, and certainly is something that our players and coaches look forward to, and you know, something that's a lot of fun. What's that? I can't hear you. Isaac's good. Mickey's got a good chance to be here. Khalil's great. You know, it's just a fact of hydrating properly and, you know, handling the humidity and heat. You know, those guys should get air conditioning there. That would make it a lot better for us.